It didn't look like a big mistake. It felt like a choice, a simple step away from the familiar toward something I called my own. The path I left behind was bathed in a soft, golden light. It looked certain, yet I was lured by the mystery of the shadows. I was confident. I thought my own wisdom was enough to navigate the complexities of this world without a divine hand to guide me. The first miles were easy. I felt powerful, master of my own destiny, walking away from the light that had once defined my life. But as the sun began to dip below the horizon, the terrain changed. The smooth stones turned into sharp, jagged obstacles that caught my feet. The air grew thin and cold. The silence of the forest was no longer peaceful. It felt heavy with the weight of my isolation. I pushed forward, driven by pride. I told myself that the struggle was merely the price of my independence, a tax on my freedom. Time-lapse captured the sky darkening rapidly. The stars were hidden behind a thick blanket of clouds, leaving me in a darkness I hadn't anticipated. My confidence began to erode with every stumbling step. I realized I had no map for this wilderness of my own making. When we choose our own path over a divine calling, we often forget that our vision is limited, while the journey is infinite. The wind began to howl, a mournful sound that echoed the regret starting to take root in the deepest corners of my heart. Every direction looked the same. Every choice I made now seemed to lead further into the void, away from everything that was good. Then I reached the end. Not a destination of triumph, but a steep cliffside that dropped into an abyss of shadow and rain. I stood there, staring into the dark. My strength was gone. My pride was a shattered vessel, leaking the last of my resolve. The storm broke with a fury. The rain washed away the illusions I had built, leaving me naked before the truth of my failure. I realized that the big mistake wasn't a single action, but the gradual displacement of God's will with my own fragile desires. The spiritual consequence of straying is not just a lost direction, but a lost connection to the source of all life and light. I was at the lowest point, alone, exhausted, and broken. There was nowhere left to run, and no one left to blame but myself. In that moment of absolute surrender, I finally did what I should have done at the very first step. I looked up. I didn't ask for a way out. I simply asked for forgiveness. I realized that coming home was worth more than being right. Redemption doesn't always start with a change in circumstances. It starts with a change in the heart, a return to the true path. And then it happened. A single beam of light pierced through the heavy storm clouds, cutting through the darkness like a divine promise. The light didn't just show the way, it provided the warmth and strength I needed to stand up once more. I wasn't alone. Every step away can be undone by a single step back. For even in the deepest forest, the light is always searching for us.